scaled his agency to what? 300K a month in what niche?
I was going to model what was called seven-figure agency at that time. We're going to get you 25 appointments every single month for your money back plus 500 bucks. Every sales guy thinks that they're the best sales guy. The biggest client was 6 figures.
100K a month.
120. Do you know how much easier it is to close hard? Easiest people to sell are the people that you...
Yo, Joel is here. See? Joel, do you have any wins for this week?
Let's see, what wins do I have? Well, Gabriel right here got him to come on this all hands in. For those of you guys that don't know him, he scaled his agency to what? 300K a month in what niche?
Solar.
So Gabriel went from 0 to 300K a month in solar. And how long did that take you? Like 2 years?
7 months.
7 months.
7 months.
That's wild. I thought it was longer.
No, you just didn't find out about it till
For a while later. Okay.
I don't want anybody to know. It's just
all right. So Gabriel kept it on the DL, kept it real low key for like 2 years. But that's crazy. That's like I think that's like a record, honestly. You had been in the agency game for a while though, before then, right?
Yeah, so prior to that, had a restaurant agency. So I started with my own agency in 2020, January of 2020, and started out doing email outbound marketing to get clients, scaled to 30K a month by the end of month 2, and we lost every single client in like 3 days in the middle of March, right when COVID became like super
because
real.
this was obviously restaurants
and they shut everything down. So kept trying to do it, tried to pivot to like online ordering, and sales has always been like what I grew up doing prior to agency. And my whole thing was like, if I just had appointments, I could sell these guys. And then I got hit with ad from Agency Lab, 100 appointments, blah, 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 we'll do it for you. You just close them, blah, 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 all the other perks of Agency Lab. And I was like, yeah, bet, let's do it. So did it. They told me to switch the niche. I didn't switch the niche, struggled there for a couple months, needed to go sell solar to make some money or sell something. And I decided to go sell solar. And the reason I decided to go sell solar was because I was going to model what was called seven-figure agency at that time. And
yeah, so Agency Lab used to be called seven-figure agency. Seven-figure agency before I found out that Josh Nelson owned sevenfigureagency.com. And then I reached out to Josh and I was like, yo, I'll change the name. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We don't have to do a whole legal battle.
I'm like, hey, I'm going to go just do what they do and drop a coaching program where we practice what we preach, and we make over $1 million a year selling solar, and we teach other people how to do it. And then we couple it with booked appointments that we just put on your schedule. You show up and close. So
you built Seven-Figure Solar.
Yeah.
That was the name, right?
Yep.
Cool. And your whole idea is like, let me build a hybrid of like what Agency Lab does of coaching with an agency.
Right. Because I was the client, and the majority of door-to-door guys, which is what I was prior to the agency world, we're not tech people. It just is what it is. Right now, I'm an part owner of a really big solar company.
He's being humble. It's one of the biggest solar companies in the world.
We've got 1,200 solar door-to-door guys that work for us, give or take. These guys are not tech literate. It just isn't the world. Like, think about you guys. Like, if you came from a background that wasn't tech before you got into this, you're like, what's a funnel, right? So expecting people to be able to go set up funnels that don't even own computers, they live and die knocking with apps on their phone and iPads, it just wasn't going to work, in my opinion. So we hybrided it. We did all the ads for them, put the appointments on their schedule, and then we had coaching program where we taught them how to be a top performer. And prior to that, I worked at a company called Vivint, ran top teams in Vivint. Vivint is the largest door-to-door company in the world. And I ran top teams over there, put out the #1 new rep 3 years in a row, back to back to back in the #1 division over there. So we had some street credit when we dropped 7FS. We had some street credit. Hey, we crushed in alarms. We know how to sell door-to-door. Hey, we crush in solar now. We, make over 100 G's a month personal sales commission doing solar. We'll teach you how to be a top performer. And then instead of knocking doors, you don't have to do that anymore. We'll just put people on your schedule. You just show up to their houses and close them down. That was our whole pitch. And the offer, which I attribute a huge portion of the success and the quickness of that scalability to our offer, it was, hey, we're going to get you 25 appointments every single month or your money back plus 500 bucks. Like, we had a sick offer, and everybody else at that time was just doing leads. It's like, hey, you can get 100 leads over 3 months. You can get this many leads a month. Hey, we don't have any offer. And we just really, really, really stood out.
So guys, that's like, I guess we just jumped right in. Marcus, sorry to take your thunder on the wins, but guys, Gabriel is an Agency Lab legend. He joined back during COVID, running a restaurant agency, which obviously didn't work out. But then, as you heard, after that, he went from 0 to 300K a month in 7 months in solar. I do want to give some context. Gabriel had sales experience coming into this, and industry experience. So I think a lot of the times we say, oh, 0 to 300K in 7 months, but he's been grinding for years. Like this, it's just the business that clicked at the right place at the right time with the right offer, and he was ready to execute. So he's one of the best people that I've gone through Agency Lab, and I wanted to bring him on today to really open it up for Q&A, just because we had such good feedback the way I did it with Gil Valerio, I think 1 or 2 weeks ago. So we're gonna do the same thing today. I have some questions that I want to ask Gabriel, but I also want you guys to drop your questions in the chat. But before we do, how's everyone doing on their win or die challenge? If you guys are grinding, if you guys are crushing, if you guys are winning, I want you to go and post in the group. Do not forget. I'm going to remind you guys at the end of this call, if you guys are getting wins, we are doing a 30-day sprint, a 30-day win or die challenge right now. And I want you guys to go and post your wins in the group after this call. So yeah, let's dive in. I want to start off by asking you, Gabriel, what was to tell us more about the offer. So 25 appointments, how much did you charge for that? How long did you run their ads for? What did they get? Did they get in-house call? Like, did they get a call center, just ads? Break that all down.
So we structured our offer around what we determined would be the make or break for that client having success. The coaching program wasn't necessarily the reason that everybody took the offer. Every sales guy thinks that they're the best sales guy in the world. You ask anybody what their closing rate is, it's always 33% or higher, no matter what industry it is. If they think they're a great salesperson, they think they're a great closer. We mainly did that for credibility, because they could say they're a great closer, but okay, dude, let's get on the phone, overcome objections with me. You're probably not going to beat me in an objection role play. If you can, I'm going to tell you you're a great closer, and I'm humble enough to say you're better than me at that point. But that's not why they were taking it. If you guys have ever knocked doors, it sucks. So we really hit that pain point, and it's like, hey, we want to get you in homes. So appointments was the first thing that we focused on. That said, 33% of the leads that would come through our funnels would book appointments on one of our clients' calendars without anybody calling them, texting them, emailing them. Just like we had a really strong offer for our client acquisition, we had really strong offers for our clients' acquisition. So we came out the gates with really, really high booking rates. That said, we definitely wanted to maximize the amount of appointments that we were able to get them. So we added in a call center. We would call.
So you did have a call center?
Absolutely. These door-to-door guys do not want to have to pick up the phone and have to call any of their clients. So you want to make this as seamless as possible. Just plug into an already working system, and hey, this is what everybody else is getting. You're going to get similar results type thing. So we called every single one of their leads. We gave them a HighLevel CRM, right, access. They had their own account in HighLevel, text, call, email the leads from there. Their reporting and all that.
And I mean, now you could do it now, like on YouTube. Me and Ashton did a whole training on how to build out AI text sequences that are honestly amazing. Like, they are crazy. I use them in our companies. Yeah. And so now you could even automate all of that. Like, you don't really have to.
Yeah. And like, you're selling on that. Like, what's everybody want right now? They're like, oh, have you heard about the new AI leads? And it's like, bro, like, don't hit me with like AI leads. Like, everybody that's on this call knows what that's actually capable of. It's not like AI is going out and finding you the leads. Like, you're
no. You're just following up.
But it sounds really good to them, and they really want it, right? So if you're not offering that, and somebody else in your niche is, like, or they aren't, and nobody in there is, that's something that makes you stick out. Hey, all these guys are running leads. I'm running appointments. Hey, all these guys are doing XYZ. I got AI over here.
Yeah, and what I was trying to say is, like, back then when you were generating all these appointments, you didn't even have that. Yet you were still getting great appointments.
Yeah,
that's what I was
we're doing like manual text sequences.
That's what I was trying to say.
Like, wild. But
so then you got a call center.
Yeah.
So how was that? Was it like VAs? Was it like American-based call, like US-based callers? Like,
I bought a program. They staffed me with my first ISA and kind of built out the initial calling sequence on how we did it. And I paid 5 Gs for it, worth every single penny. I did that off the jump. So my history, to bring it back, I signed one client in January of 21 for 4K. Second month, I signed 2 clients. We did like 13K in rev in February of 21. March, we turned on ads. We did like 22K cash collected, and our price kept increasing over that time. In the beginning, I sold PIFs, month 1, month 2. Month 3, I moved away from PIFs And I was just month to month because a lot of the other agencies all had 1 month or all had 3 month, 6 month contracts. They wanted the PIF. I'm like, hey, we're month to month. I get it. You've been burned before.
So you did month to month?
I did month to month.
Forever? Or
Forever.
did you switch?
Yeah, forever. And we put them into a 3 month after the first month, but we're like, hey,
okay, so
earned.
that's really genius. So, and I'm gonna try to ask Gabriel as many questions to get as much gold, and then we'll pass it off to you guys. So it was the first month was month to month.
Oh yeah.
But if you moved on to month 2, you had to sign a 90-day contract.
We'd push and we'd give you a break, and if you didn't, you could stay month to month.
Okay, so and then how much did you charge on the month?
5 Gs
for month 1.
Yeah,
that includes ad spend.
Yeah, 2,500.
Okay, so it's $2,500 retainer, $2,500 towards ad spend, and that gets you 25 appointments.
That gets you 25 appointments.
Okay, and then after that, you would tell them, cool, now you can do 15K, or I guess you'd give them a little discount.
Yeah, you give them like the slightest break ever if they do the PIF for the paid in full, because you guarantee that business, right? So like I'll go give you 10, 15, 20% off to go. And that's what my sales guy's commission was month 1. So I'll break that up over 3 months. I'll give you 4% off a month is what it's going to equal out to. 5% off sales guy's commission to go lock that business up. Like 80% of something's better than 100% of nothing. So I understand I'm running that risk of not putting them into a contract off jump and maybe only having them for a month. But dude, our cost of acquisition to acquire a client was sub $300. So it's like every time I'm spending $300, like I didn't need you to stay for month 2. If you stayed for month 2, I'm super profitable.
So you essentially said, cool, month 1. Now, if you want to keep going, if you pay for the next 90 days as a pack, you get a discount.
Yeah, and I wouldn't make them pay their ad spend up front for the next 90 days. So
smart.
Break up your ad spend month by month. We'll send you that, every single month, but pay us up front. You get a break.
Bro, I have so many questions. Okay, so the call center, were they US based or no?
No. So we did Mexico, we did Panama, we did Bolivia, and we did Colombia. And at its height, we had 25 agents.
Okay, and then what did you consider an appointment? Someone that just says scheduled, or the solar rep actually showing up and talking to the homeowner?
Scheduled, because we can never verify if that solar rep showed up. Like you want to be able to back, if you're going to run a money back guarantee, it has to be something that is 100% true that you can validate. You're not taking clients' words off of it. Like I never got into rev share. I did a couple times. Every single time it never panned out. Every time I tried to guarantee on shows, never panned out. But I can't tell you for 100% certain fact if you booked an appointment on a calendar, if you were going to be there when that client showed up to the home. I couldn't even take the client's word if you were there when he showed up to that home. You could have been, he could have just said no, right? Can't verify. So ours was book on the calendar, that's an appointment. And it's not like we weren't very high intent lead. For anybody that knows solar, we were collecting name, email, phone number, full address, zip code, state, electric company, electric bill, shading on roof, roof condition. Like it was a full opt-in, right? And then backed with trust informed Journai to keep them TCPA compliant, like to a T. Because we were working with some big clients too that always asked us, and it's free to do that for us. So we did that too. And then out of that, they 33% would book on the schedule. And then we were
the rest
able to capture another 8 to 13% depending on the market. But we had
really
that's
50%
booking rates. And our show
okay,
rate
so this is a really good point. So out of 100 leads, you're telling me that 33 booked right from so you gave this is talking about the client's leads.
Yeah.
You gave the client's leads an option to book right on the ad.
Yes.
So out of 100, 33 would book. And then the call center would get an additional about like 10.
Yeah.
So about 43 out of 100 would book.
Yeah.
So that's really good insight for you guys. It's not like every lead books an appointment. That's a really good number for you guys to like keep in mind. Did you guys have any incentives to get these leads to show up, or sorry, to not show up? Obviously it's at their house.
Yeah, it's a book.
No, I guess to book and to actually follow through on the appointment.
Yeah, I'm out of the game, so I'll tell you the whole play. So, dude, we were giving away anything and everything. Like the cost of acquisition in solar, and still similarly today, is like $1,500 to get a sale. That's like a great cost of acquisition. That's an on average cost of acquisition. My acquisition when I was at my agency was $485
for your clients.
For my clients, yeah. And my cost of and what we would do is we made them go into these things understanding like, hey, the cost of acquisition on average is $1,500. Instead of you paying $1,500 to acquire that customer up front, we're going to spend about 500 of that up front, and we're going to give something for about 1,000 to 1,500, $2,000 away, and we're going to outbid all of our competitors. And you guys make so much money, the solar closers, they make anywhere from 5 to 15 grand a deal. So what we did was we just had them. And if you call up a solar guy right now and you're like, hey, I got a referral for you, pay me $2,000 for it when you close them and it gets installed and you get paid and you can go sell them. They'll take that deal any day of the week and twice on Sunday. So all we're doing is like, hey, we're going to go give these homeowners something when they go solar with you. And dude,
like what?
We'd give out anything: golf clubs, Pelotons, patio covers, hot tubs, free trips, Disneyland, like depending on the areas that we were marketing, lawnmowers, like dude, anything and everything. I've tried like 40 different incentives, and like that's what I would do.
So you would give people an incentive to actually show up to the appointment, even though it's at their house, to like be willing to talk to the
go solar. Hey, when you go solar with us, not only do we have a price match guarantee, but you're also going to get a free Peloton. And all we did was outbid.
And you could even, did you give them options? Like, these are all the things we can give you? Or
no, we always keep it simple, but we would target like 50-year-old males that lived in the Midwest with golf clubs, for example. And when we're targeting those female demographics, married people at home, wives, that type of stuff, Pelotons, you know, like give them the things that they want.
That's crazy.
Sorts of stuff. You know, like if you're targeting people in the Northeast, target them with a beach vacation. They want it. They're probably going on it anyways. We'll pay for it if you go solar with us. So think about your ads, guys. You understand that when you show somebody an ad and they click on it, they engage in it, they're going to start getting hit with ads for things just like it. Just like anything, right? So we went into our marketing understanding that. We know that, hey, the people that
the moment they click on solar, they're going to get
they're going to see my ad, and it's just a better deal. I'm telling you, it's going to be cheaper if you do a deal. And by the way, you're also going to get this for rolling with us. So we would just outspend our competitors on the back end and have cheaper cost of acquisitions of leads, appointments, higher show rates, and
on the back end,
deals on the front end. Yeah. So we're going to actually outspend our competitors on the back end. We're going to pay more for that customer than our competitors, but up front, we're going to murk. Like, we're going to completely destroy you. You can't hang. Our offer's too good. They want to click on my ad. They want to. It's a better deal for the same product. This solar panel and this solar panel, we're selling the same solar panel. Who do you want to give the commission check to?
Well, you get golf clubs with this solar
panel. You get golf clubs with this one, and it's $5 less. Let's roll.
To confirm, I know you said the thing about the gift, but you said something about it being cheaper, right? Like the price match guarantee. Can you kind of like explain more about the cheaper thing?
Yeah, sure. So solar closers get to determine what they want to sell that deal at, right? Somebody's got a $300 a month electric bill. Joel has a solar company. He's the closer. He wants to go sell them for $230 a month. Cool. Joel's making 10, 11 G's on that deal. Cool. I'm going to come in from this company, from Gabe's ad, from 7-Figure Solar. We got that appointment too. We're going to come in at 225. We're going to make $9,000 on the deal, but we're going to give you golf clubs. It's going to cost me an extra, $1,000. So I really made $8,000, but Joel made $0 and I made $8,000. And we do that every single day of the week, multiple times a day for our clients. That's what we were rolling with.
This isn't a true story, by the way.
This isn't a true story. This is just an example.
Yeah. But that's really cool, man. That makes a lot of sense. So you took essentially a commoditized product. Yep. Like your solar panels are the same.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah, they're all the same. We all sell the same stuff.
But what you did is you said, hey, I'll price match guarantee and go a little bit lower, and I'll throw in a gift.
Yeah.
That's really good. Wait, let's keep going though. I have so many questions, and then I promise you guys, I know people are now getting antsy with questions. We will get to them. Pharrell, if you have another one, drop it in the chat. Okay, I will get to it. I promise.
Gotcha.
Drop it in the chat. So you did not US based call center. Did you feel like that was a problem or not really?
Dude, we're already booking at 33%.
Did you on the ad? Did you tell them, hey, if you book, you also get this gift?
No. Our offer was so strong on the front end, and they're already, think about it. Somebody that already wants solar, they're already planning on sitting through these appointments that they're making with other companies if they are, or filling out forms online, et cetera, et cetera. If they're going to show for an appointment versus meeting with 5 different companies, if they're going to show for an appointment, it's going to be with the one that has the best deal. And it's like, hey, I don't know if this is too good to be true or not, but it cost me nothing to.
But you didn't, did you advertise a gift on the front end? Like on the ad?
That was the whole ad. The whole ad was get a free set of golf clubs. Like, we were straight clickbait, bro. Like, we're not in here doing long form solar ads. We're not in here talking about electric.
So you didn't talk about solar at all?
Dude, it was like, hey, Massachusetts homeowners want a free set of golf clubs or want a free beach vacation. Here's how to get it. Step 1, fill out the form below. Step 2, book an appointment for solar. Step 3, go solar. Step 4, get free golf clubs and save money on electricity. If for whatever reason saving money on your electric bill and getting a free pair of golf clubs doesn't make sense, we won't recommend our services. We're not into pushy sales tactics. That was the ad. And then it had a video of a bunch of different Yeah, very slightly. And then it had a video carousel of just like tailor-made golf clubs, top golf clubs, whatever, right?
So your offer was, hey, want this free thing? Awesome. Fill out the info below, go solar with us and get this free thing.
Yeah.
Guys, I feel like this would apply to any niche, like at least a lot of niches, like even in like Cairo, you could run something similar where it's like, hey, want this free thing? Come try out our practice,
Yeah.
experience an adjustment and get this free thing.
That's it.
It's a better offer than everyone else.
It's a better offer than anybody else. Our doctor's great. Your
and
doctor's
it's like
great,
what you're saying is every chiropractor, for example, is offering an adjustment. And yes, some could do it better, some could do it worse, but the prospect wouldn't know. So what makes you different is what they're going to get.
That's right.
Damn. Okay, that's some sauce. I would say drop a 1 in the chat for Gabriel, but don't, because then it's going to bury the questions. Don't drop a 1 in the chat. We'll do the ones at the end. So it is, I will answer this one real quick. It is profitable on the front end because solar is such high ticket.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is, everyone always asks me.
And I'm not paying the incentive, by the way. Let's just make that clear. The client's paying the incentive. So client pays me 5 Gs, 2,500 retainer, 2,500 ad spend. Client gets 25 appointments. Client goes sells 5. He has to give away 5 sets of free golf clubs. Those come out of his commissions. Yeah, I just want to clarify that they don't think I'm paying.
Oh yeah.
I saw that pop up.
But that's totally like that's your clients are going to be happy with that. It's like, hey, you tell the chiropractor, hey, if someone comes in and pays for a full adjustment, are you willing to give them this like neck pain pillow?
Right.
They're going to be like, hell yeah, pillow cost me $30, but I just got paid $150. For the first adjustment, and I'm going to sell them on a 12-pack.
Exactly. And you're just running that play.
Guys, this has been super valuable so fast. I have so much more I want to ask you. Okay, so right now, or when you launch this offer, how did you scale some clients to such high retainers? Because I know that there's some clients that were paying you 10, 20K a month, maybe even more.
Yeah, our biggest client was 6 figures on retainer.
100K a month.
120.
Wow. So you had 120K a month solar
we had
company.
A couple 30s and like a 50 that came through. And
this is probably why you were able to scale so fast.
I mean, we scaled some in March, we did 21-ish Gs, 22 Gs. April, we did 82 grand. Not one of those was from a big client. Every single package was 5K. I think there might have been like 1,750 or 10K that upsold. But yeah, our whole thing, because what we realized about 5 months into our scaling, and then this is how we maintained about 250K a month after the 300. We realized like, hey, we bring on one client in Dallas, they're going to have great results. We put another client, and we primarily hung out on Facebook and IG. We bring one client in Dallas, they're going to have great results. We bring a second client in on Dallas, they're both on 5 grand packages. They're both going to have good results. 3 clients in, average results. 4th client in, all of them terrible results. They're all falling off. Month 5, rinse and repeat. Bring on a great new client, great results. So we're like, there's only so many leads that we can capture in this Dallas market on this platform. So now you have 2 options. Option number 1 is you scale with one partner. Option number 2 is you scale with multiple partners being clients. You scale with multiple clients, but you go different platform approach. So one client gets Facebook, one client gets YouTube, one client gets TikTok, one client gets straight call center, right? So you're becoming platform agnostic when it comes to where you're going to place your clients, so you can scale horizontally and not fall into that common agent.
How did you also scale vertically? So how did you go from charging, well, how is that client paying you 6 figures a month?
Yeah, so that guy pitted us buying more. Yeah, they just bought more. So we're just scaling their package accordingly.
And
and then going into multiple states. Like,
so they're just buying more appointments.
Yeah.
So when people pay you 2,500, they're buying a pack of 25 appointments. What happens after you get them the 25 appointments?
You want more?
That's it.
That's it. Like, hey, you want more? Okay, you want more?
Or do you just wait till the next month to reset?
We normally would resell on beginning of next month, if that's what you're asking. So it's like, hey, dude, you closed 5 appointments. Your cost of acquisition was $500. Can you close 10 this month? Can you close 15 this month? And hey, you're in this small area. I don't think we can bring you up to 15 deals a month, but I can probably get you 10. You want to double up and do 10 Gs next month? And our retainer and our ad spend, until you hit like 30K, it was dollar for dollar. So you want to go spend 5 Gs on ads? Great. You're paying us 5 Gs to run that for you. So we were just very, very heavy up front with our fees. And that was...
So you were constantly upselling more appointments.
Yeah. And, you know, one thing that I'll say, and don't try to roll out additional services, in my opinion. Like, I would rather stick with my bread and butter. Every time I tried to roll out a new service, like one thing that's big in solar, for example, is recruiting. Every time we tried to do some sort of recruiting offer or we try to do something special for a client, it just detours you and distracts you from your destination. Like, stick with what's tried and true and keep working with the people that are already paying you, because the easiest people to sell are the people that you've sold before and that have signed contracts and sent you funds. So versus having to go sell a brand new client on trying us out, as great as we were, dude, it's way easier to upsell the dude that you just made 25 G's in a month to give you an extra $5,000 to go make him 50. Like, that's a way easier sell, right? And there's zero cost of acquisition on that. So we upsold a lot of our clients, and we would just remove.
So as soon as you hit 25, you're going up. So that's a chance to
Yeah,
upsell.
and on our agency, yeah, as soon as we fulfill our end, as long as quality was good, we're attempting to upsell. And if we got that upsell, we're removing Dallas from our targeting on our agency acquisition ads. I don't want anybody filling out a form or booking a call with us from Dallas when I got my dude out there that's crushing it. I don't plan on getting rid of him. He's doing great, right? Let's keep him. So why do I want to spend money for leads to get clients in an area where I don't want a client at that point?
That makes sense.
Little thing on the back end.
Okay, I have two more things I want to ask you about, and then we'll pass it off to everyone else. Number one, one of the reasons why your clients got better results than everyone else, from my perspective, yes, you had the appointments. Yes, you had really good offers.
Sure.
Like that's like a huge golden nugget for today is you want to get your clients better results on ads. You want to get yourself better results on ads, create a better offer, beat your competitors' offers, find a fucking way to beat your competitors' offers. That's for sure. You had that dialed. Seems like you had a call center, but interestingly enough, the call center only increased it by about 10%. So it's not like the call center was like the magical fix. So why was it that your clients got the best results? My thought is that you coached your clients on how to crush it with sales. Part of why you are the type of person that got such great results is because you were already really savage at sales. So my belief is the way that you get any clients better results, yes, it could be more marketing, but like the second half of that equation is sales. Acquisition, and I'll stop ranting in a second. Acquisition comes down to marketing and sales, not one or the other. The problem is you guys, or most of you guys, only focus 100% on marketing. And after you make a crazy offer, after you have the call center, there's really not much. You add AI texting, there's not much you could do. Like, you're going to be optimizing for a few percentage points here and there. Whereas you can make your clients so good at sales. And now if they are good at marketing thanks to you and sales thanks to you, they're able to acquire clients. Again, just like I say, retention equals results plus relationships. Acquisition equals marketing plus sales. Your jobs as marketing agencies is to get your clients, to help your clients acquire more clients. Unfortunately, you think it's just through marketing. What you should really call yourselves is a marketing and sales consulting agency. And I feel like that's what you did really well.
That's what we did.
So what did that look like?
What it looked like is the people that crushed were good at sales or were coachable. And it comes down to one thing that you guys preach. If the client isn't willing to do what you're telling them to do, they're probably not a good client. And that just is what it is. The people that sucked, that got 40 appointments when they only were guaranteed 25, like, we would exceed guarantees all the time. Like, our average cost of book an appointment was $50, which is why we guaranteed 25, double our cost of acquisition of an appointment. We knew we could hit 25. If they didn't have results and they had 42 appointments, bro, don't come at me and tell me the leads are trash. You're trash. That said, let's get on some calls. Let's do a little coaching. We can put you with one of our clients. You can talk to them in their sales process.
But did you have a course? Did you have
No, I had a whole training course.
Can you break that down?
Yeah. So, dude, we had an on the door style one that we would let them use to train new sales reps that they were bringing in on their own recruiting. And then we had a coaching one on the sales closing side. And it went over anything from handling objections to the sales script to the sales process to breaking preoccupation. We had recruiting trainings in there. Like, I used to build 60-man door-to-door teams in 4 months. We had a recruiting training in there. We had phone sales training in there. So you want to close deals over the phone? Cool. We'll show you how to do that. And we would always direct them to the course, but you can't make the horse drink, right? So if the client was getting appointments and we were doing what we could on our end, meaning we're getting appointments on their schedule, meaning we're attempting to teach them to be better at sales, if they didn't have the humility to take the criticism in a constructive manner and then not only take it, but then go apply it, they're going to get that same result. And then they would inevitably leave. Okay, we turn on an ad, spend $287 in their market, and we have a new client. And hopefully it's a better one. And I think whatever niche you're in, having good clients makes a big difference. those are the ones that you're scaling with. Like the dude that goes 0 for 42, another 42 appointments isn't going to save him. He needs to go do some inner work and get his game up, because it doesn't matter who sets that appointment for him. He's still not closing anything.
So you had coaching calls, course. Did you have a community or no?
No, no community. We didn't want them talking to each other. Solar's like super competitive on recruiting. So we didn't want people like poaching other people type thing. So we didn't do a group.
Okay. And then what about, you said you took some of your worst clients, put them with your best clients?
Yeah. Like, if me and Joel, Joel's one of my clients and he's crushing it. I'll be like, hey, Joel, would you mind talking to one of my other clients, giving them a couple tips on what you're doing in the home that's working really well for you with the leads? You don't wait for the client to tell you that they're not closing anything. You don't wait till the end of the month to find out they're not closing anything. The reason you have an account manager isn't to tell you when you need to go rebill this dude. The reason you have an account manager isn't to go play liaison between a VA that sets up funnels and a client that's requesting an ad change and a media buyer. Those are definitely part of their job descriptions. But the reason you have an account manager is to manage that relationship. You're not going to retain these clients if you don't have a relationship. And if you're finding out about their closing issue at the end of the month when it comes time to rebuild or rebill, good luck signing them again. You need to be on that week 1. Hey, I saw we sent you 9 appointments. How many closes you got so far, bro? Oh, dude, no, we're not closing any. Not closing any. Yeah, I think it's the leads. Well, I don't think it's the leads. I'm looking at the conversations. We'll do an audit just to make sure, but I'm pulling up the past 3 in your HighLevel account and they're confirming for your appointment. Like they can't all be bad. This guy's got a $400 electric bill. Okay, this guy's only got a $150 electric bill. Okay, this one's got a 201, says he needs a new roof. Bro, these are solid leads. Okay, this one's a BS one. Yeah, that's bound to come. Like we already know every lead's not going to be great. You knew that before you signed up. Yeah, this one's trash too. Oh, yeah, here's another good one. And you're holding them accountable, not just being a yes man. And you have to say things, and your account managers have to say things that are like, hey, yeah, it seems like you're definitely getting some good leads. And if you're going to stay on this program, the only way that's going to happen is if you get some closes, right? Like if you don't close anything, you're probably not going to renew next month, right? No, I'm not going to renew, obviously. Yeah. So what I would want to do is connect you with one of my other clients that's crushing it and have them talk to you for about 15 to 20 minutes and maybe dissect your sales process a little bit. I'd also like to schedule a call with Gabe and for him to go through your sales process and diagnose that a little bit. And then have you been through the course yet? Like you have to hold them accountable.
I really like that.
If you don't hold them accountable,
they're going to leave.
They're going to leave. They're gone. And what do you think they're going to do after you connect them with a client? After you get on a call with them, after they go through the course and they see some sort of improvement. If they improve, they're probably going to stay.
They're going to love you too.
They're also going to love you. And if they don't do any of that, the result's going to be inevitable. They're going to leave, but at least you did everything that you can control to make sure that they didn't. And if they leave, so what? Replace the dude, turn on ads in their market and find a better closer and load up that dude's schedule.
Love it. Okay. My last question. How do you get good at sales? Because part of why you succeeded, I mean, from the sounds of it, you're also a brilliant marketer. You understand offer creation very well. And I think that you also innovated on the process. That being said, how do you get good at sales? And I know that's a very open-ended question, but do you think what do you recommend to people when they're like, I want to get good at sales?
I mean, from the macro perspective, it's the same way that you get good at anything. You go get information and then you go apply that information, right? So how do you get good at marketing? Bought a course. Great. You can watch this course all day long, but if you never go try anything, you're never going to figure it out, right? So definitely 1 is go get information. Number 2 is go put that information to practice. 3,
how much did you practice, especially when you were doing
dude, I knocked doors for 6 years straight. Like I put my time in. Like I would go work 20 weeks straight in summers and work 6 hours a day from noon till 9 o'clock. And I'd take off a couple days, but do it over 6 years, you're going to get pretty good, right? So, understand that just like anything, it's going to take you time to get better with that skill. But the faster you fail, the more information you get. And as long as you hold yourself to the standard of progress, not perfection, and understand that you're going to suck if you've never done sales and not put yourself into any sort of condemnation over that and just go into it with that, hey, I'm just going to do better than you. Hey, I lost this deal because of this. I listened to my call. I think I lost it right here. Maybe reach out to somebody that you know that's good at sales, bring it up on a coaching call, bring it up on a sales coaching call in like a program called Agency Lab, have them listen to your sales call. Hey, did I lose this call here? Yeah, I did. What could I have done differently to not lose that call in the future? I think if you would have done this, cool, you might have gotten that guy. Great. Now I have information. What am I going to do? I'm going to go practice that out in front of a Zoom camera with just me in the room, record myself, see how it is. Okay, I like how that sounds. Now, the first time I'm using that isn't on a live client. In addition to that, script out everything. You suck at sales? Great. Make yourself a sales script. I'm not talking about
Like
a demo
dummy-proof
deck.
it.
I'm talking about a sales script. Like walk out in an ideal world. If you said everything perfect, this client that was watching, this qualified prospect, this qualified buyer that was watching your demo with you would buy from you. If you said everything perfect, and then you just
actually
read it on the call.
and you actually scripted out your demo.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a
I
hack.
demo.
I haven't taught this before, but maybe can you talk about that? And then I promise you after that, we'll pass it off to everyone else.
Yeah. So I literally had two screens. My demo deck was on my left screen. That's the one that I'm clicking through slides on. And then right here is a Google Doc with an entire script of what I'm gonna say, and I'm happy to give you guys mine.
Really?
You can drop. Yeah, I'll send it to you. You can drop
Let's
it.
fucking go. That's awesome.
So
Thank you, man.
you'll see exactly what I did, but it says
Do you
click
have your
in
intro
there.
script as well?
We just did demo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, our offer was so
All right,
strong.
well,
They just wanted
Gabriel
to-
he's gonna give you his entire script. So you had, can you give away the demo too?
Yeah, I'll give you the demo.
So you had a demo with a script and you just read it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, and I would just read down the script, and it doesn't mean that like I suck at sales. But dude, I've never sold solar marketing before. Like, so I'm obviously going to fumble through this thing. So let me type this out. Let me handle all objections before they get brought up. Let me make sure that I'm touching on all key pain points. And then let me make sure my price drops on point so that the only thing I'm controlling when I'm speaking with this customer as I'm reading off of a script is my tonality and my body language. So as long as I'm looking personal and I'll talk like this, I'm reading, it tells me when to click in the slide.
I mean, that's how we create content too,
Yeah.
right? Like we make it seem a lot of it is prep, but I still say it in a way that feels natural, you know?
Absolutely. So like if you're bad at sales, cool, go take my sales script that I will give you, write it out for your niche, plug in your offers, make it sound good and run with it. And then understand you're not trying to close 100% of the people that come on the call. If one of my sales guys right now, dude, if they close at 25%, I am loading their calendar as much as I can. Yeah, my other girl closes at 62.5%. She's a fucking shark. Bet. I'm loading her calendar too, but I'm not unloading the 25% dude who's crushing. Like 25% is sick. Like, dude, you're closing at 25%, you're going to have a nasty cost of acquisition. Now, what you also have is a scalable, templatable sales process to where when your agency gets to a point where you don't have time to do sales anymore, all you do is hire whoever. You can pay them less because they don't have to be the best salesperson in the world. They're just reading a script once again, and they just plug in, they pick up the phone and say, hey, is this Jeff? Hey, Jeff, this is Gabe from Seven Figure Solar. I see on here you're out in Texas. How long you been selling solar for? And they're reading down the script. So script out everything.
That's genius. Did you script out your door-to-door?
Oh yeah, but like on the doors, like
You can't read it. You can't read it.
But when we had brand new people, the way that I put out the number one new rep 3 years in a row, 1 time accident, 2 times coincidence, 3 times pattern, 3 times in a row was I'd say, hey, go read this to 40 people today and you'll make a sale. The number one rookie.
Wait, they read it?
All 3 years. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, is this Mr. Johnson? Hey, Mr. Johnson, I'm sorry, I'm brand new. My company just has me reading this to all the homeowners in the area. And all we're doing is hunting the laydowns on the door-to-door side. But you can't do that at a high level of performance on the doors. You
had door-to-door sales reps?
Yeah.
Read it through on
their iPad. So, well, even before they had iPads, we had it printed out. And they just put it in the back of a white binder and read it.
And then eventually they obviously get it.
And how do you think you're going to know how to memorize it? Practice, application. A lot of people.
So you guys said the takeaway is get a script and then practice the living crap out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because what you practice isn't going to become, what you practice isn't perfect. Like practice makes perfect. I don't think that's true. I think practice makes permanent. Whatever you practice is going to become permanent. So if you're a shitty golfer and you just hit really bad swings every single time, you're never going to get better the more you go to the range. You're still practicing the bad bad habits. Go practice a good one. Go get good form. You'll get better results.
Dude, this has been amazing. Are you guys loving it? Can I get a thumbs up? Like for me, this has been such a good masterclass. And with that in mind, I want these to be rapid fire.
Cool.
So don't go into like 5 to 10 minute tangents.
Fact.
Let's try to get as many as humanly possible.
Okay.
Like even if it's like one word, whatever you can do. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Okay, how to increase show rates on colder leads.
On cold calls, colder leads.
Let's just say colder
break
leads.
Preoccupation. You got to be quick on the phone. All we do right now to acquire customers, our cost of acquisition is down from 485 down to 367. We don't run any live ads currently. All we're doing is cold calling leads that are 30 to 90 days old, TCPA compliant. And the first thing out of our mouth is very, very, very like we're breaking preoccupation. Whoever talks first should not be the person making the call. If you're calling a cold lead or an aged lead, you need to let them answer the phone, because if you come in hot to sweet old Miss Linda, you're off the jump out of rapport. You're out of relationship. You need to let her answer. She answers the phone. Hello? Hey, is this Linda? Same thing with Jeff.
What do you mean break preoccupation? Man, I did not want to go into tangents, but what is preoccupation?
No,
that's my bad.
Preoccupation is whatever you're doing before their door got knocked on, whatever they're doing before they got called on. We're sitting here having a conversation. I get a phone call. I'm like thinking like, who is this? I got to get back to here. Like my job is to get Gabriel. If I'm that caller calling Gabe's phone, my job is to get Gabriel to stop thinking about Joel for 8 seconds, because that's the attention span of a human currently, and get him engaged.
How do you do that?
Hello? Yeah, this is Gabriel. What's this about? 8 seconds. So, hello?
So you want to you just want to get them. Okay, that's what I mean by break. You want to pattern interrupt their day.
Yeah, you want to interrupt them real fast.
And hold it for 8 seconds.
Yeah. And so the question is, how do you get higher show rates on cold leads? You need to be like the person that you're talking at. That said, you can always add in your offer, all that kind of stuff. But I think that's a good tip for cold calling.
Sweet. No, I love that. No, let's go.
They always close above 60, all cap. 80% in gyms, straight cap, 100%.
They're just joking.
Don't forget my realtors. They always close.
Realtors is 1,000%. It just keeps going up.
1,000%. Those guys are the good
What was the biggest hurdle that you went through in the agency game with solar?
Client churn. Yeah. Figuring out how many clients we could keep in an area.
Okay.
In roofing, they go.
How did you solve it in one answer? Or what was it?
Well, I answered that earlier, where it's like scale with one client in one area, or get platform scale horizontally through different platforms.
Got it. Okay.
Clients.
Cool. Let's see.
In roofing, no, right there. In roofing, they go around the neighborhood too.
There's more jokes. Let's see. What's the best tactic you implied to increase your revenue from 0 to 10K?
I got my first 3 clients from personally me DMing people on Instagram.
What was your script?
I couldn't even tell you. It was something long and ugly.
It was a long time ago.
It was trash. Yeah. But so I only got 2 clients from that, 2 PIFs. And then the second client that I signed from that gave me a referral. That's how I did 12K in February. Every client after that was a referral or ad.
Cool. As you started seeing success, have you caught yourself beginning to go back down? I've heard many stories where someone starts seeing good success and somehow manages to blow it all back to where they were before. Man, I actually want to talk about this. I don't know why, but there's certain people that have said, oh, Agency Lab just teaches you how to set and close appointments. But we spent most of the call talking about how to get clients good results, right? And I think that what happens is a lot of people operate in these black or white kind of pendulum swings. They're like, I just need to focus on sales. I just need to focus on client results. The harsh reality is in agency, what makes this business really hard, but also really good for you to learn and get better, so you have to do both. It's acquisition and fulfillment. Those are the ultimate 2 pillars. Get clients, get your clients' clients. Get clients, get your clients' clients. For some reason, some people think that when they're in hardcore sales mode, they can just abandon the rest. Or when they're in client fulfillment mode, they're so obsessed with it that they turn off ads, they stop selling. You guys, unfortunately, are going to have to go through a period where you have to figure out how to balance both. And I never have recommended doing one or the other at all costs. I've always said, figure out a way to balance it. For example, when I had my agency, I personally managed the accounts for over 50 clients. The first 50 clients, I was the account manager, I was the media buyer, and we retained at some points at 100% retention rate. even at my peak, my retention rate was over 90%. So like setting and closing appointments is not an excuse for bad results. It's more what we're trying to say, set and close appointments so that you have clients in the first place to then get amazing client results for, but then you have to focus on client results. I did want to say that because it's been a few patterns where people are like, I'm going to scale the crap out of this agency. And some agency, I mean, I'll be vulnerable with you guys. Some agency lab members have scaled and then it just collapses or goes down. And I think it's because they move in these extremes. And at the end of the day, it's your business. You have to take responsibility. You have to take ownership over its success or its failure. And if it's successful, it's because you figured out how to do both. And if it fails, it's because it's because probably you went all in one direction or the other. How do you balance both? I know that was a long rant, but I did want to explain that. How do you focus on both things at the same time?
You're working on your business. You're not in your business, right? So when Joel was doing 50 clients, like how much time are you spending for media buying for a client? Like minutes, bro. Right?
I was checking all accounts twice a week, but I would only focus on red accounts.
Yep.
And yellow accounts I would just quickly look at.
Yep.
Which was only about half of them.
So it was only touch-ins. That's how you know who you need to go account manage, right? Like the people that are having good results, great. We'll get to them at the end of the month when we call them to upsell. You know, and I went over this already on this call. We're not waiting to the end of the month to go troubleshoot why the ads aren't working. We're not waiting, oh, it's Friday, I see that they have shitty results. They're 2 weeks into their campaign. Well, maybe the ads will get better over the weekend, even though he's got 1 lead in 2 weeks. We'll let it keep running. Like, dude, don't tell yourself fake stories. You have to be rigorously honest with yourself. You know what you need to do to go get somebody better results for the most part. Like, you should know your niche. If you don't know how to market in your niche, you shouldn't be charging what you're charging in that niche. And don't get it twisted. I learned on other people's money too, but you can only run that play for so long before it becomes like unethical. Seriously, in my opinion, like don't be a freaking, like, don't go learn on 15 different clients, like, and lose for 15 in a row. Like, you should be progressively getting better the more clients you take on, and you should be scaling.
That's facts, man.
In correlation with how well you're able to get results. If you can't get results, do not go launch the best offer in the world and sign 50 clients in a month. Don't do it. All 50 of those are going to leave. You're going to get nothing but hate. You're not going to feel good about yourself. Like,
and by the way, this is coming from someone who's a sales savage, closing deals, making money. So this is so powerful.
Yeah, like,
because you hear this guy telling you to slow the F down while also being someone who's out there pushing, trying to grow, trying to scale. Like, you guys have to learn how to manage both worlds.
Do you know how much easier it is to close hard if you can authentically tell somebody with confidence that you will get them results, and that if they don't get results, it's because they suck at sales? Like, that's what it was for us. We knew we could go crush you appointments, bro. So when we're in our closes, we're telling them things like, dude, you're looking for this. You want to go back and knock doors, or you want to go walk into home? Like, we'll say that type of stuff, but we get to say that type of stuff because we know our product works. It's not like I'm just selling this dude so I can run his card for 5 Gs, know that I might find out one new little bit of like information that'll help all my other clients, doing it 2 more times that day to other people, and building this massive book of business that's fake for longevity purposes, just so I can go to a nice dinner with my girl that night. Like, I'm not sleeping well at night if that's how I'm operating. Like, that's not good business.
This is like, and for anyone that says, oh, Agency Lab teaches one side, like, I hope you guys can see that. And it's very few, right? But I think it's important to have this conversation and for you guys to really see the bigger picture. But also keep in mind, most people never actually go out and get the first client because they're so focused, so overwhelmed with how am I going to get the client results? And it's both. That's the challenge. The challenge is it's both. It's like, I was talking to a team member yesterday and I said, hey, as a leader, you have to always lead as a servant, but sometimes you have to be a wartime leader. Sometimes you just have to be very direct, very in your face and aggressive. There's times for both. It's not one or the other. It's not wartime leadership versus peacetime leadership. It's understanding when it's time to do each one and then striking. And I think that's a hard part.
And I think on the flip side of that, what I'm not saying by any means is to not go spend all this time figuring out by watching videos, figuring out by setting up ad campaigns on dumb low budgets, figuring out by testing with your own money, figuring out by only doing free trial only. I'm just saying you should definitely learn on other people's money, but don't go learn on 50 different people's money.
And if you're gonna learn on other people's money, like
give it your fucking all. Like you need to be going to war for that person. Hey, we're working on it. This is what we've done so far. You know, we're getting better every day. And that's like the mentality you need to be going.
I love that.
With. Like, I'm going to do my best to win for you.
You're going to war for that.
I'm going to war for you. Like, I'm operating with integrity and I'm doing the next right thing in the next right way.
Yeah, I think that this is something I was talking to Cole Gordon about. If you are so aggressive in trying to get your clients good results, it actually allows you to have more room to make mistakes. Like if you are so committed to doing whatever it takes to get this person incredible results, if you mess up, well, they know that you're going to battle. They're not expecting perfection. They're expecting hardcore progress.
You set proper expectations. They're great.
Yeah, this is really good.
That was a good one though.
Yeah.
What would Joel identify as Gabriel's primary?
Probably I would say three things: sales, industry experience relative to this business. Actually, no, there's a few. If I had to like literally pick one, I would say it's your leadership. You're very clear with what needs to get done, and then you follow through. Like if I had to pick one kind of character trait, it's just your leadership. You're a very good leader in terms of your clients, leading yourself, leading your team members. Yeah, of course, man. Even just the way he said, you better go to war for your clients. That's good leadership. You know, and he's also telling you, you also have to go and sell. So that's good leadership. It's hard. So that's like strategic, right? High level. I think tactically, you're very good at creating offers. You're very good at sales. And I'll just pick those two for now, just to keep it really simple. Those were two key things that I thought led to your success. You were really good at creating offers for yourself. You were really good at creating offers for your clients, and you were really good at sales. What are some top 5 questions I should ask on a demo?
Depends on the niche. The niche is to start thinking about pain, or the name of the game is to get them emotionally pissed off at whatever their problems is, then provide yourself the solution, or then provide yourself as the solution.
Yeah.
For month to month, is it a good idea to upsell them around week 1 or 2? Upsell as quick as possible. You can wait till the end of the month, but you can also, there's never a wrong time to call this guy and ask him to give you more money.
Let's do 3 more.
Fire.
3 more, guys.
Was this pay per appointment? No, it wasn't. Did you use the retainer fee? No, we did all these already. Scroll down. Disneyland is fire.
How did you get a 50% booking rate? We already talked about that.
Yeah.
Did you use your retainer fee to pay for the golf clubs? We already talked about that. How do you sell these solar guys? I've been in the niche for so long and they're super hard to sell. No trust, been burned. How do you go about it?
I mean, I literally had a package called Ben Burned Before package. It was the month-to-month special, and it was backed with a money-back guarantee plus $500 if we don't get this job done for you. Next.
The Ben Burned offer.
Dude, like we get it. You've been burned before. So have I, by 2 marketing agents right into that. Basically, solar was a gift. Was this pay per appointment? No, never did pay per appointment. Tried it, didn't work, never scaled it. Is it profitable in the front end? Think so. Joel and his neck pain pill. Yeah, I like that. Next.
What is a good freebie offer for a roofing client?
A free roof, and like run the insurance claim, and if they don't qualify, like when I ran roofing ads, I was smacking free roofs, whether than like that was I didn't do it big.
Free roofs, but would you even give a gift if they signed up?
No. And when you're thinking about the free gift,
but could you?
Yeah, you could. Roofers have a lot of margin. And that's what I was getting into. Like a chiropractor that's making $150 on this front end offer, even if their upsell is 5Gs, you need to be able to pay for that gift with the front end. That said, your client needs to go into this understanding. If it cost him $60 to get that front end offer and he's going to make $120, he needs to be willing to lose that other 60 to go acquire that customer for a $2,000 to $5,000 package. So with a roofer, for example, if they're netting 15 to 5 Gs a roof, come up with a gift. They're not going to be a repeat buyer. Come up with a gift that fits in the budget, that makes sense for the roofer to give. Keep it outside roof. Like, don't come here and clean my fucking gutters. Like, don't give me like 3 months of no power bills, solar world. Don't give me 6 months no payments. Like, give me something that I want.
I want some golf clubs.
I want
Disneyland.
I want Disneyland. Whatever it is. You want any more? You're done.
Let me see. Let me go through and I'll pick the last 3 best ones.
It did not decrease quality. Literally still today we have people when we run these ourselves, our closers like, dude, the only reason they bought this was because of the golf clubs. Like they weren't even looking into solar.
What was last one? Let's just end here. What was the secret to having such an amazing fulfillment?
Offers.
Offers.
Like literally what I was just saying. We literally have had clients tell us at the agency all the time, wasn't uncommon. And my salespeople today are like, dude, this is the easiest deal I ever had in my life. Like the only reason he did this was because he was getting free whatever.
So your whole theory is, look, if I can get, let's say, a better offer like the free golf club, with solar, what happens then is, you have to pay $300 for a golf club's $500, but now instead of paying $30 per lead for your clients, you're getting leads for $5.
Exactly.
So you're able to get them so many more leads that now the numbers make sense.
I'm getting Ben on it. I'm literally using the dude on the $100 bill and throwing money at the problem and buying the business.
And I think this is a huge goal. You know, we talked about like acquisition equals sales and marketing. You're getting your clients great results means getting them really good marketing and helping them get really good at sales. But I think as far as the marketing, one of my biggest takeaways from today is Gabe's agency only increased the booking rate with the ISA by like 10%, which is, again, it's a small improvement. It's going from 8 to 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
If you were a 8 out of 10, that's what you would score your fulfillment. You went from 8 to 9. But what took you from like a 3 to an 8, for example, was just having really good offers.
What I got told when I first got into ads, and I think we can wrap with this, is I saw this little picture and it had like customer acquisition broken up into all these sections. Creative was like 47%, and the second biggest one was offer for 15%. That was the influence that it played into.
That's not even true.
It's not even true.
It's offer number 1, creative number 2, copy number 3.
So, this is what I saw. So like ever since then, like I still have the picture probably on my laptop, but I'm just like, okay, so I got to be good on ads. I got to have good ads, and I need really good offers. If I do that, I win 62%. So I'm like, okay, you only need 33 or 300 batting average to make it into the Hall of Fame. Let's just go try this. And it worked.
And I think also, like, if I had to give you guys a golden nugget on how to, based on today's call and what I learned, on how to improve your marketing for your clients, get more ad spend. Like Gabe was asking for $2,500 a month. Like that's enough to actually make a dent. And then number 2, see what everyone else in your industry is running. Like, for example, if you're in Cairo, everyone runs the $21 adjustment. Make the first ever $15 adjustment. If you can, it's $6 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
If you can convince your client to lower their adjustment by $6 or offering a neck pain pillow, something like that no one else is willing to do, you're going to take their cost per lead from $15 to $3.
Yeah, or give them 2 for fucking $20. Whatever you guys do. Like if you're not literally hanging out on ads library and running Russell Brunson's age-old play of funnel hacking and modeling,
and making better and beating.
Yeah, modeling and beating it. Like you're missing the point of it. Like you don't have to go, if you're a brand new agency owner, which I assume a lot of people on this call are, bro, don't go figure it out with the other client's money from ground zero. Go figure it out with the client's money from what other people are doing today. See what's working for them. Test this dude's
out. But then most importantly, you have to make it better.
And then make it better. Absolutely make it better.
Like if you just
don't just copy it. Don't be a scumbag, but like play the game at the same time.
Even if you just copy it, even though, like you said, it is a scumbag move, the bigger problem though is that you're going to get mediocre results. You're just going to match whatever results they're getting, and even worse than that. So you have to ask yourselves, how can I take all the offers that are already existing in all these niches and beat them?
100%.
And I've talked about this before. You can either beat them by offering something that's better, more, or new, right? So like, for example, let me just break it out. If you have a $21 adjustment, you could say, instead of $21 adjustment, it'll get you 2 $21 adjustments. So you get or 2 adjustments for $21. You're doing more. Better would be like, hey, I'll do it for $15. Something new would be like, hey, you get this free neck pain pillow. They haven't seen that before. So you guys have to ask yourselves, how can I add more to this to stack it? How can I make it better? Or how can I do something new that no one else has ever done? So for example, if everyone's offering a $21 adjustment, you could be like, well, we can offer some new machine thing that no one's ever tried. That's new.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, drop a 1 in the chat if you love this training today. I thought it was absolutely amazing.
I had fun. This is cool.
You're amazing, dude. You really crushed it. Like, this is one of my favorite trainings that we've done. And that's pretty much it. All right, guys, have a great weekend.
Much love.
Win or die competition. Go post in the group, share your wins. Don't forget to do that. And we'll talk soon. Peace out.